That Irida investment, something like that. A Wonder Pick event going on, it looks like. I had a good pack this morning, too. I got my first 2-star Garchomp this morning. Yes, US had daylight savings time over the weekend. Carnivine is the deck I used to get my 5 wins in a row day 1. Nice, Beetle. Kitties. Can I get a 2-star Wonder Pick? Can I get a 2-star Wonder Pick? Nope, never. Nope, never. This is probably the alert saying that the Wonder Pick event has started. Oh. Shop tickets, got some missions. Wonder Pick 3 times, hadn't done that yet for the season. That's funny. Oh, there's some more trade points in here too. That's nice. But I'm glad they're sprinkling in lots of trade points. Mike Nuker, thank you for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. My oldest has been playing Pocket on and off in bursts, and he'd been on a break, and he came back. I was able to trade him a bunch of the cards he wanted from the Dialga Spacetime Smackdown packs, which was nice. Unfortunately, the tournament this past weekend did not really hit solid metrics in terms of viewer count. It was like on par with like my average regular stream, but not better. And they're a lot of work to put on, so to justify continuing to do them, I really need them to be better. And the first one was like a bit better. It shot a little below what I was hoping for. But this one was like right around my typical average stream count. What are we doing in our personal tournament gameplay today? I'm gonna do some of this, I think. But this is what I've submitted, I believe. Let me double check. This appears to be the cards I have submitted. You played the original form Palkia deck on Friday before the tournament. It felt fine on the ladder. Do you think it's going... You think that it is better going into the best decks of the tournament, but got by random ladder decks? I thought the deck we played... I think it felt fine when we played on Friday. I mean, nothing wins all the time right now. Weekday tournaments have a lot of other logistical issues, Grindel. Do you think it's worth doing a 1 day not streamed and then streaming a top 16 2 to 3 hour show? Absolutely not. I think running a tournament that literally doesn't get any content for the first couple segments of it doesn't make sense. And actually, one of the things that has felt super awkward and weird, both of the tournaments that we ran, is that when I ran Magic the Gathering tournaments consistently years ago, like, you build up and people are more interested in watching the later rounds. 2 for 2 on the Pocket tournaments, my viewer counts actually fell off the later into the rounds that we got for the tournament. Which is kind of the opposite of what my expectations would be coming from a Magic and having previously run tournaments background. Is generally you would expect there to be more interest in the build up towards the end when there's more being played for on the line for each of the matches, but that didn't make a meaningful difference. An interesting metrics dynamic. Koi Cricket, thank you for the 47 months. Welcome back. There's less interesting stuff like this. Maybe, I mean, like, the deck that won our tournament was a deck that was, like, unknown going into the weekend. But as far as, like, it's not like I understood last time. Like, last time we had 7 Darkrai in the top 8. But this time we had, like, 4 or 5 different decks in the top 8, and a rogue deck won it. Like, you weren't just watching a bunch of mirror matches. So the first event, it dropping off in the single elimination rounds, I was like, that makes sense. Like, these are a bunch of, like, paint drying control mirrors. But that was not the case with the second one. Our first tournament was also at the same time as the Ursi Day tournament, and Ursi's overall viewer count for her tournament, like, isn't, like, super. We did our performance was, like, better than what she did, which was the same last time too. Our production has a lot more details that go into it. And Sprinkles and I both have slightly larger presences than her. We've been in this space longer. I don't know. There's plenty of speculation on why none of it's really super meaningful. The end result is push to shove. I'm not currently making plans to schedule more tournaments based on the outcome of the last one. It's the TLDR. Yeah, that was a funny one. A whole bunch of people were asking me because the what's it called, the Dialga Arceus deck is like 30% or whatever of the top performing decks. This was the Magic Regional Championships over the weekend. So what? Grinding Breaches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 decks that aren't the good deck out of the top 20. Daz Biff, thank you for the 1.5 years. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, I think this is modern. I'm pretty sure this is modern. But so like obviously, like, your best deck being less of the top or whatever is, like, ideal in terms of diverse and healthy, but, like, Pocket has yet to have a truly overly dominated metagame as, like, the TLDR. Like, I'm sure we're gonna get one at some point, but, like, the kids who, like, this is their first one is like, you really don't know what you're in for when we hit a bad metagame. Socialist Mango, thank you for the 19 months. Welcome back. I don't know, obviously different strokes for different folks, but I will say that it feels like some people need to come to the realization that maybe they just don't like Pocket's gameplay. Because I heard a lot of comments, like, that they didn't like the last metagame with eggs and Executor, but they also don't like this current one. And, like, these two metagames are, like, pretty different, yeah? And I feel like if you're like, I didn't like either of these, maybe it's just, like, Pocket's just not really for you. Which is fine. There's lots of different card games that appear in lots of different ways, but, like, yeah, I greatly prefer our current newer metagame to the eggs last season. Was not remotely a fan of all of the eggs last season. I think brewing into Arceus stuff is way more enjoyable for me personally than the last one. That's honestly a good way to put it, Wraith. That's true of a lot of card game players. A lot of people never like the current metagame, and they'll only speak highly of metagames in hindsight because they just want to complain about the current one. All right, for our first tournament of the season, I have not queued into 18 Trainer Misty for round 1, so that's a good start. We're playing against Darkrai Arceus with 2 Druddigon. Waiting for our opponent to check in and show up. Hey, Michael, no planned third Hooglandia tournament at this time. Glad you enjoyed the last one. Waiting for the check-in. We have 142 people playing this afternoon. This is a known deck. Well, it's starting to become known. It was in the new decks roundup this morning. It spiked a few tournament results. I would not be surprised if this becomes the premier grass deck in the metagame. I think the pressure Carnivine and Executor create for your going first versus going second draws is really reasonable. Yeah, Spraggles has great energy, and I think our casting styles complement each other really well. If you think Spraggles and I are good at commentary when we're running our own events, you should see us get to do commentary when we're not also being required to do 800 other things. Because there are definitely a number of moments from the events where we're running where I'm trying to coordinate with someone in Discord, or making sure our ad timings are done, or queuing up codes for the next giveaway. Our event was definitely big casting while distracted energy. I have salad ingredients, chat. One moment, please. That's fine. Our opponent hasn't checked in yet. It was meant to be.
Check-in button?
I did find the check-in button.
I've heard it's hidden.
Do a lot of people have a hard time with that? Definitely. Yeah, opponent just knew I needed a salad break coming up, Chip. Oh, they've checked in. Quickly, salad, quickly.
Can you queue your match?
Yep. I don't need the beat. Thank you, beautiful wife.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Hi, goes. Thank you for the 29 months. Welcome back. Hard to sit down. Oh, wait. They'll be fine. Oh. Have you tried this with Baby Executor? It said I have not. This will be my very first game with it. My opponent is sending me messages in non-English characters. All right, We'll translate. First energy advantage here is great. Arceus as our lead, much less than great. So, no red card, no Mars, no Sabrina. No reason to show them the evolution just yet. I think we probably pivot to the Executor. And get our knockouts in with that, so that way when they put the Arceus up, our Arceus isn't going to get hit. We will need 1 heads on the Executor and 2 flips, but that's fine. Yeah, no Dark Ray putting damage on the Arceus. Great. Play, get that heads out of the way right away. Should we cape to play around the crackback from Arceus? They cannot Leaf and Giovanni. And Arceus only does 130 without Giovanni, so no reason to show the cape yet. Why are you eating salad with a spoon? Because my lovely and beautiful wife took some time out of her day to bring me a salad at my desk, but she forgot to bring me a fork. But I had a spoon from my breakfast cereal, which is more than serviceable. So here we are. All right, this. Now we'll Giant Cape. So we play around the Arceus plus, full bench Geo. As a Darkrai full bench Arceus does get me here. Yeah, their copy of blue here actually means I can't win with Arceus Giovanni full bench. Really unfortunate because we had that set up. And now I'm dead to Giovanni next turn because I didn't draw my other cape. The card games change, but the card gamers taking multiple unnecessary game actions when they have lethal in hand remains the same. Quality double BM into the lethal line. There's gonna be so much sodium in this game when there's a ranked ladder. It's gonna be delicious. You think you get a lot of people disconnecting on you now? There's gonna be a ton of people disconnecting. And there's rank points on the line. Yes, this game has a ton of opportunity to solve rope. The timers are very forgiving and you can run them all the way down every turn. And there's a lot of turns before you lose. A lot of the time when you know you're dead, you know you're dead 3 turns from now. They can run the timer down multiple turns in a row. What's the reason to not cape right away? You always want to wait as long as possible to make choices that reveal information to your opponent. Our lack of Arceus here is really unfortunate. Like to be building that up in the back, and instead we're just not. We're at 3% to get Arceus here. Okay. S is dead regardless, so there's no reason. The person I was asking about, well, I guess I could Giovanni. Do I want to Giovanni? I don't think I do. I want to save the Giovanni to be able to clear an Arceus in one, I think, later. Because they've already played a cape in their blue, so they have one more cape to let this survive a big burst from my Arceus. We are almost out of space heater weather here in the Midwest. Supposed to get up to like 70 degrees later today. Knocks the chill out of my basement. Stop using that in the mornings. Our opponent's been very liberal with their use of the clock. Okay, so very rewarded here for not using my cape earlier, because now this Executor with a cape. Oh, I guess I could have just played to drawing a basic. I don't know. I lose if I brick on the basic there. I think this is the line because I have the cape and the leaf. I have the Cyrus too. Maybe I'm supposed to Geo for the extra 10. I can't Leaf and Cyrus. Yeah, but if they retreat the Arceus, they're not attacking my Executor turn. I don't need to do both. If we get a game 3 and they play this slow the whole time, we might have a problem with the timer because they checked in late. We'll see. 15 minutes left in the round. Is Erica healing us enough? I don't think it is, right? It's not enough to beat. It's not enough to beat Giovanni if I attack this. They've used both their leaves. So if I pull the Arceus up, if I pull the Arceus up and hit it, they have to give up its energy to pull it back out. But then they can just hit me with the Darkrai next turn. Then they can't hit me with the Arceus in 2 turns. I think this is the line. Although I suppose this still loses to basic Pokemon plus Giovanni. They need between these 2 cards, basic Pokemon plus Giovanni wins them the game here. Cool. They're in the tank, so I assume they have it. Always. Always. Never once. Cool. I'm gonna take an ad break and I'm gonna run to the bathroom. When we get back, we're gonna play some more Pokemon Pocket. We've got some sweet viewer decks. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoy watching me get absolutely savaged by a 2-outer, make sure you tap the like button on the live stream. The Monster Puss, thank you for the 17 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm sure at some point I'll have streamed on YouTube long enough to be used to it, but it's really incredibly jarring that that platform loses 20 to 30% of its viewers every time you take a brief ad break. Because the ad breaks on YouTube are even less intrusive than the ad breaks on Twitch. So it's so weird that like the ad break is shorter, yet more people leave. It's gotta be platform dependent, right? I blame TikTok attention spans. In my experience, you typically lose between 5 to 10% of your audience on Twitch when you run an ad break, and on YouTube with the live stream, you usually lose somewhere between 20 and 40%, depending on the moment. Our one copy of Arceus is definitely not the lead we want here, of course. That's mostly Lightning Deck's probably a little cooked into fighting stuff in general. Although I guess Zapdos is the primary attacker here, which is weak to Lightning, not fighting, so maybe we're okay. I took a line in the first round of the tournament that left us dead to a specific combination of 2 cards when our opponent had 1 card in their hand. They started their turn, they went into the tank for almost the entire turn timer, and then played the exact 2 cards that beat us every time. Oh, and I'm sitting here being a little salty about it, and I missed my good starting line. I had Dawn plus Magneton. I was so focused on wanting to do this, I forgot that we could have killed this. Truly embarrassing first game. God, we probably would have been in can't lose territory if I hadn't fucked this up. Take a mulligan. Game opponent. Hey, Ben, thank you for the over 4.5 years. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Definitely not the lead we are looking for. Ooh, a Garchomp enjoyer. That bode for our Zappy Birds. I guess he clears in 2, 50 plus 100. Well, I guess we'll do this. Digging for a basic friend here. Great. All things considered, it's better than hitting the other Magneton, I suppose. Any thoughts on collector's tokens for Gore versus Victoria Hand? If you are a Mr. Negative enjoyer, Gore is a fine pickup, but otherwise Victoria is a lot more interesting and fun card. Although I will say a lot of Victoria decks do require Frigga, so it might depend on if you have her in your collection as well. I feel like this game is like a big cosign for the person that commented earlier the timers in this game are too long. The awkward part about the turn timers in this game, well, I think they're definitely too long for the amount of decisions you have to make game to game. I do think that, unfortunately, the fact that the animations don't pause your timer means they're just kind of necessary for them to be how they are. Definitely think the timer needs to be shorter and then also pause while animations are playing. We're in a really good spot here, yeah? Local man about to get Sabrina. Oh. Had that coming. I deserve that one, I suppose. Hey, Wake, thank you for the tip, by the way. Garchomp will be our second deck this morning. This afternoon, every time of day it is. Really looking to lead on a Zapdos or an Arceus in this deck. That way we can use Dawn to push energy from Magneton up to it to get attacking a little bit sooner. Base idea we're looking for. Right, there's a Zappy Bird. We find another Shaman. We could Shaman the Shaman out of the lead, which is not terrible. That might happen with these communications here. Although without Dawn, we're not in a huge rush, I suppose. Exeggutor Celebi. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Do I want to try and get a peck in this turn? So, Celebi's pretty unlikely to clear us, although I guess Exeggutor is 50-50. Ideally, I don't want Zapdos to get damage marked on it until it's ready to start Thundering Hurricaning. Hey, Zegna, thanks for watching so much over the last year and more. Welcome to the Shillionaires. Ping me on the Discord side to get access to Beverly Shills. Are we cooked from here? Not fully. I guess Magnezone's another one-pointer here, so we're not gonna be ready to top deck to the Dawn, sad. The tough part about this is that it requires our energy every turn from here on out. which means I can't build up the Zapdos while we're attacking with this. Wait, they potioned and didn't have Erica to go with it? That seems great for me, yes. I'm gonna communication digging for my other Magnemite. Because if I hit my other Magnemite with the Dawn and the Magneton, the Zapdos can be ready to attack as soon as this is down. There's a lot of upside to being aggressive here. And obviously there's a high probability that we miss in this spot, but I think it's correct to play to that line. Hey Jeff, what are your takeaways from Saturday's tournament? You should check out, there was both a meta report and a new Dex roundup on Sunday, Monday. I have a lot of good conclusions and things to think about from them. Average variance here means this only takes 50. So, I think I'm actually supposed to energy on the Zapdos, because if I attack them, this is like very likely going down next turn. They'd only need 1 heads in 3 with the Rocky Helmet, and this way I could just push the Zapdos up, and then 3 heads out of 4 we clean him out. Now, do I Arceus energy on Arceus? And then if I top deck another bench Pokemon, they just lose with the Dawn? Rather than needing to flip coins? There's a Magnemite, a Shaman, and a Research and 6 cards here. I guess the Research doesn't do it though, right? Because I need to Dawn to attack. Rats. All right, we need a high roll, and then we need a slight low roll from them, yeah? Or a slight low roll from them. So two permutations of coins that get us there. Okay. And again, we won the game on the spot there with the Dawn and the Arceus if we had simply hit our 40%er for the basic. Now we need a 2 out of 5 from them. That doesn't matter. I guess from their perspective it matters because They don't know that we have Dawn for Arceus, so this would make us need another coin next turn. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nailed it. Easy game. I would say just like we drew it up, but it's a little scuffed in a couple of ways. Still, we get to close it out on a Dawn at least. Always lucky, sometimes lucky. Well, Shaman is not an ideal lead, but we have second Shaman to shuffle him out for free, so that's nice. We led Shaman every game with this deck. Almost every game. We have 7 basics and 2 of them are Shaman. 2 Zappy Birds, 1 Arceus, 2 Magnemites. Nice. Okay, so we just need Arceus or Zapdos here. This is exactly what we're looking to do, gamers. So next turn, we will get to shuffle the Shaman out, evolve to Magneton, Dawn the energy for Magneton up to Zapdos, and get Thundering Hurricaneing right away on the second turn. Teach this Uxie who the real legendary Pokemon is. I'm doing well, Nathu. Good morning. It's the dawning of the age of the Zapdos. One NRG, please. Storm Bruin. One Snoot Boop. Please, Jeff, they're a Lake Trio gamer. Haven't they suffered enough? They must bird and bird. I decided against doing the tournament this afternoon. We played the first round against someone who ran the clock down almost every turn and then slow rolled us when they had to win 2 games in a row, and I was just like, I want to be able to leave against people like this. So we're just playing the regular queue. Life's too short, chat. Life's too short. Actually, I don't want to lead on Arceus against a fighting energy, right? Especially with the double Shaman lined up. We start here. Well, I suppose there's a chance I want to cash this one with vacation. There's a Dawn. The baby magnet. Okay. So if we draw Magneton next turn, we get him. We do need to draw it or another Pokemon to communication into because I need this Shaman to shuffle this Shaman out. Hey Jack, thanks for the membership on the YouTube side. I really appreciate that direct support. My sub is almost old enough to go to kindergarten. Thank you for the 59 months, Winmagus. My toddler's almost old enough to go to kindergarten. Looking forward to that $20,000 a year raise. We kind of need to get online this turn, I think. Otherwise, the Marshadow gets set up and we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. So, need to draw a Pokemon and then go into the Magneton or draw the Magneton organically. Alright, so there are... I could do the math, but knowing the number doesn't really help us. Let's just go back and hope for the best here. Okay. Okay, let's see if this is quick enough to run our opponent down now. That is what we needed. Dawn lets us charge the Arceus up. Get to get Crackalack in here this turn. Now, one thing to consider is that their Gallade clears my Arceus with 3 energy in a single shot. So if they have Ralts into Gallade, they can put up a chump blocker, I clear it, and then they go into Gallade and clear the Arceus back, and then I don't have a great answer to that. If they miss on either their stage 1 or their stage 2 as soon as possible, they should just be run out here. Hey, I am playing Pocket on PC. You can find the link to my setup here. Waiting for my opponent to return. How do you think my opponent feels about us having our perfect lineup here to clean them out? Or are they back? Maybe they're back. Daylight savings time is kicking by Arceus. Thank you for the 109 months, Punchworthy. 84 is 7, 96 is 8, 108 is 9. Thank you for the over 9 years. Wait, they put an energy on Riolu? They're cooked. They needed the energy on they needed the energy on this. And they've disappeared again. Yeah, I believe the energy on Riolu is GG. They might just be playing while distracted. Anytime you like pull your notification bar down or something, it shows up. But yeah, they're just fully gone at this point. They have a Gallade and a Dawn. That's true. Gallade plus Dawn could get us. I'd be shocked if they have room for Dawn in their fighting deck. Double Shaman does stack. I could technically retreat the Arceus this turn, but that's a very playing to not lose line. Super far ahead position. Yeah. Never retreat the Arceus there. That's Arceus and a Magnemite and a Dawn. We just need a copy of Magneton to get cracking with this right away. You never know from the draws we've had in these games that we're on 2 Zapdos, 1 Arceus, huh? Eating on the god. Normally, I'm not huge on crowds, but the Arceus looks really good. I like playing the crowns when I have them randomly indexed with lightning Pokemon, so they all look uniform. Got incognito / honorary lightning Pokemon here. Oh goodness me, Arceus doesn't get poisoned. I like our Arceus metagame more than the previous Executor metagame, but boy golly does this card invalidate a lot of things. Wheezing, Mismagius can no longer be close to good enough. Toxicroak does dead on arrival. Like, the card, it's just such an unnecessary ability, because the rest of the card is, like, very good and reasonable without it. Like, why did it need to do this, too? I guess the Arceus dies to the Darkrai next turn? Is this crazy? It might be crazy. Call me, maybe. I'd be curious to see if things actually diversify further in the metagame or not when they add more cards. I feel like in order to make this card not be top god, they're really gonna need to have to power creep the HP on stage 1s and stage 2s. And maybe we're just bound for that. Like, we'll have more 180, 200 point stage 1 and stage 2s. I feel like they're gonna be really hard pressed to push this out. Or to push out Arceus. Just so much. Alright, Zapdos, I'm gonna need this Hurricane to be extra brutal, okay? Extra brutal Hurricane, please. Yes, I agree. It's definitely a when, not an if, when it comes to higher HP. Higher HP basics. Or higher HP Pokemon. Just how quickly do they want to creep to that point? God, the cape saving them here through our triple heads is so unlucky. Dead to Sabrina. El Nano, thank you for the brand new Prime. There's a ton of great people you can send that to every month on Twitch. Thanks for sending it this way this month and keeping me around. Appreciate it. Okay, and then Magnezone here is a solid pickup for us because it means that I can clear this without putting the Magnemite up. More importantly, without having to put energy on it. I don't want to leave the Zapdos up, because leaving the Zapdos up means we die to Weezing. We do die to Weezing Cyrus here, which is a possibility, but we're at least not dead on board, which is nice. Third cornered gamer. GG. Axe game actions lethal here for the opponent. Always a time waster's debate. Boom. Chomping. We love to see. Or do some chomping after this deck, I think. I really want to draw a Zapdos or an Arceus plus a Magnemite, so whenever you're looking to draw more than one basic, you want to research before you Pokeball. And we're still going to Pokeball here, because I really don't want to put an energy on Shaman if I can get it. The lack of a Magnemite here means that I will not be able to evolve to Magneton next turn. I think I shuffle these and attack for 20. Like a reasonable plan. Ooh, they're building up the back ones. They don't have it yet. Those. Certainly a handful of Pokemon pocket cards. Alright, they're going digging. Looking for a teenage dragon, I imagine. If they have an X speed, they could shuffle in and deal 30 and then follow up with 100. We'll get our first knockout here, obviously. I think this Magnemite is coming soon enough that we'll be able to have our second attacker set up once the Garchomp clears our Zap, which is nice. We'll do 100 and 100 here. And then our Hurricane does on average 100, and then the Magnezone follows up and clears. We have 3 pair. We do have an excellent poker face. You think there will be no... Oh, honey. Honey. Honey's about to learn a lesson, gamers. You think there will be no more cards until April 30th? That feels like such a long wait. I think it would be a big mistake on Dina's part if they don't release new cards until April 30th, so we'll see what they're feeling, but I'm hoping the data mines are wrong this time through and they're gonna give us another card pack when rank drops at the end of the month. I think two months is an absolute eternity. I think 6 weeks is the longest possible they should span. All the current shop deals and events end on the 26th, and I'm expecting new cards then. Yeah, I think that's probably a reasonable expectation. Hey, Dina seems to generally be making good choices looking in from the outside, so I would be surprised if they made us wait 2 months. How often do other TCGs release sets? So, Marvel Snap releases 1 card every week, and Magic the Gathering releases 1,000 cards every week. I'm not super familiar with the release cycles on other card games past that, though. At the very least, we'll get some kind of patch this April. But yeah, I'm going to be really curious to see what they do with events once they add Ranked Ladder at the end of the month. Sorry, for the people who are new to the channel and not familiar with Magic the Gathering, that was my patented dry humor. Magic the Gathering releases a lot of cards. I don't know how many, but the answer is a lot. I think their total unique cards per year is like over 2,000 though, unironically. Someone fact check that. How many new cards released for Magic in 2024? I think it was north of 2,000, yeah? Epi Bird into Manaphy. Looking for a baby magnet. Looking for a baby magnet. None of these are a baby magnet. Am I communicating for a baby magnet? I think I am. I think I am. Google search says in 2024 they released almost 13,000 cards, which was a record number, but it includes reprints in different frames. Okay, that's not the mechanically unique number though. There were 2,186 unique cards released in 2024 per Scryfall. Scryfall is almost assuredly correct. Oh yeah, that's a good question though. Does that include the digital only cards? They do digital only cards past their paper sets. I cut Coulson from the Isan Wicked deck and also concluded that I wasn't interested in playing Isan in it again. It was the worst card in the deck by a lot. All right, so we're gonna be ready to Dimensional Storm me. Irrita means I'm not killing the Manaphy next turn. Thanks. So dividing it up, it's about 40 new cards per week. That's an interesting context, yeah. A good shout. A lot of freaking cards. Mostly, I think it's worth pointing out that, like, digital and paper mediums are very different in terms of what's acceptable, in my opinion, in terms of release cycles. And digital mediums tend to move faster and have people playing more games in them, which means it becomes more important that you have more churn more frequently, if that makes sense. How do we feel about taking the Manaphy knockout with Magnemite here, so that way they can't Dimensional Storm my Zappy Bird? I'm into it. If they don't Dimensional Storm the Magnet... Oh, they can just Dimensional Storm 2 turns in a row here, yeah? With 6 energy? It's fine. My Zapdos is just going to flip 3 heads next turn. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. Zapdos is going to clutch it. Ready for it. You ready for the Zappy Bird, chat? You just got to believe. Just gotta believe in the big yellow bird. It is real and it can hurt my opponent. Zapdos a little bit better than 1 and 3 to win this game. 5 out of 16 permutations do it. Is that one of the permutations that does it, chat? You know what's one of the only thing that sucks more than my ability to flip coins? These adverts, but they do pay the bills. We'll see you in 120 seconds, gamers. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to play a little bit more of this deck when we get back, and then we're going to Garchomp this afternoon. Don't go anywhere. Watch it on the YouTube side, and you're enjoying the daily pocket streams. Make sure you tap the like button to let the algorithm know that we're here. Hopefully share it around to some more people interested in the content. Don't go anywhere. Throw our pile of cards up on the screen here, shall we? Put the space heater on for 2 minutes while we're on a break, I think. Eventually this chill will be knocked out of the air and it won't come back. What is that fraction as a metric? No, I only work in freedom units, sorry. Come on now. I haven't read all of them, but I'm actually pretty sure that one of Trump's executive orders was to establish a tip line to report people using the metric system, so I have to make sure we use all freedom units on stream, so I don't want to get reported. Dragon Lord! Thanks for the quarter of a year. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. That's the problem with this timeline, really. That's the problem with this timeline, really. You have American fries with your burger. American fries with my burger reminds me of the fact that for people who don't frequent the Nazi site anymore, good for you. But Steak and Shake went full right wing down the rabbit hole. I thought the failing content creator into right-wing grift pipeline was exclusive, but apparently it works for businesses too. Maybe the corporations really are people. Maybe they really are people. Appreciate the quarter of a year, Dragon Lord. Welcome back. Ooh, we just need an angsty teenage magnet, chat, and we are set up and good to go. One angsty teenage magnet, and we're gonna dawn all over this dragon. We're gonna hold on to the other baby magnet because we'll throw it back with communication if we miss next turn. I suppose we technically have 2 turns to hit it, right? Because the way with them having first energy advantage. Leo. So energy here, this out, charge our battery. I'm not sure if I want this last bench slot to be a Shaman or another magnet yet, so I'm gonna chill on it for now. And then next turn we get to go attach energy, dawn it up, and then crack them for a whole heck of a lot. Artless, thank you for the almost a year and a half. Welcome back. I don't need the extra bench Pokemon, so I think we still just wait on the slot. I think you're the first person in history to use the sentence, an angsty teenage magnet to dawn onto this dragon. Very likely. That is definitely a first-time sentence. Oh, you know what? Playing the other magnet out on the bench might have been the play to get it evolved sooner. Wait, they're just leaving this in? Excuse me? That's bold. That feels really bold. I should evolve this, so that way they're less likely to get a win with, what's it called this turn? I want to play out my other Pokemon as well, I think. It's not possible for them to land a combination that wins next turn, right? This is 2, and then all of these take 3. Gotcha! Thanks for the entire year. Get you a sword to go with that shield. Welcome back. This deck's got a pretty good random jank matchup. Like running people down so fast with the ultimate force. I suppose their out here was... No, because even if they kill... I would say if they killed the Arceus, I don't have a follow-up, but I actually have the Magnus. Here's a fun question for the chat after we finish playing against Dragonite. What are some decks that are pretty terrible in the metagame that people still play with some consistency anyways? Because I need to flesh out the D tier in my decks tier list video coming up later this week. I think Dragonite's in there. I think Mewtwo's in there. I might put Tyranitar in there for good measure. Garchomp. Wow. Wow, Garchomp is solidly C tier. Thank you very much. Nah, the C tier is wide. The C tier is like the Garchomps, the Blastoises, the Charizards of the world. Ooh, we just need a copy of Dawn, gamers. Just need a copy of Dawn. You know, I haven't played against a Venusaur or a Blaine in a really long time. A lot of those feel like they just like wholly and fully disappeared. All right, 2 Dawns and 13 cards to get Hurricaning next turn. Ooh, we have seen a Gengar somewhat recently. That'd be a good D tier call out. Double Mew inside of Dialga is interesting. I am not going to attack and take 20 here, I don't think. Because next turn, I can go Shaman, retreat this for free, Magnezone, clear this, and take my first 2 points. And then they'll need 2 bench Pokemon to clear us in the back crack with Arceus. Yeah, there's plenty of EX cards that aren't very good, but that's different than, like, a bad deck that people are still playing, like Dragonite, right? Do I want another Magnet? I think so. Big Daddy Magnet in hands. Another one up here. Hey, you bench Pokemon? Trainer Articuno is D tier. D stands for disgusting and disrespectful. That's basic plus a Geo. So they haven't played any Pokeballs yet. I think I'm supposed to just Lightning Ball them here for 20. So that way we're 3 heads to clear them next turn. Obviously this gets into trouble if they have Potion, but I lose the game on the spot if they top deck a basic, which is pretty likely. They've played no research, no Pokeballs. Here's the basic. So I think softening them for 20 first gives us the best probability for. Obviously not a guarantee, only 5 out of 16 permutations on Zapdos hit here, but I would have had 1 out of 16 if I don't hit them for exactly 4. All right, that one shot opportunity. Oh, Pikachu. Ah, Pikachu. The first one hit. I was like, ooh, ooh. Poor Zapdos. It going down to Arceus without a Giovanni being involved is so sad. All right, I got one more L in me for this deck, and then we're gonna move along to playing some Garchomp. A Lugia and Ho at the end of the month. Yeah, let's power. Oh, see, I kind of don't want just more good basic Pokemon. The Infernape deck actually had really mediocre performance overall, as someone who's a big Infernape fan. I really wanted the numbers to show that Infernape was going to be okay, and its numbers were not. I think Machamp is one of the best cards no one is playing. If Machamp deck in my deck editor will probably get to tomorrow morning. Man. The pseudo-wudo fighting decks with various stage 2s behind them are all very reasonable. Alright, let's try and turn this Sky Shaman into a Arceus Zapdos here, huh? We need more stuff that supports the use of evolution Pokemon. I actually disagree with that. Like, people always talk about rare candy and stuff being the problem. The problem with evolution Pokemon and Pokemon Pocket right now is look at what our options are for evolution Pokemon. Why would I play a stage 1 with 140 or 150 HP when I can play basics with 140 and 150 HP? Why would I take the time to evolve into a Yan Mega and deal 120 for 3 and discard an energy every turn when I can play a basic that does 130 every single turn and doesn't discard an energy? Actually, I actually think the stage 1s and stage 2s being less consistent than basics is a really good thing. It's a good balancing mechanic. It keeps the gameplay interesting. The problem is they're just not currently proportionally giving you remotely enough of a payoff to make up for the downsides that they have. Yet it doesn't get poisoned or slept or confused either. Does this play scream Cyrus to anybody else? I think I'm supposed to hope Zappy Bird cleans them here. So I hope Zappy Bird cleans them here. I could put the Magnezone up, but then we're just dead if they have Cyrus, so. Assuredly, we're due to hit a 5/16, yes? That'll do, pig. That'll do. The zappiest of all the birds. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Lovely, lovely lightning bird. All right, I said I had one more loss in me for this deck, and that was a win, so we go again. I think we need more utility effects on stage 2s in particular, since playing them means you can't play as many utility cards. Yeah, I think that's a great take. 830, 835. I think they need more HP at a minimum too, but it'd be a good way to offset the deck building challenges that come with them. Sure. So something I wanted to talk about, because we know there's a ladder coming at the end of the season, or at the end of the month, I should say, is we don't know any of the details for the ladder. And someone shared this gap in chat, shared this in the Discord server. This is the point progression for the Pokemon TCG Live ladder. It's actually the least competitive ladder I've ever seen. And I think if Pokemon Pocket's implementation is a similar, completely non-competitive, basically participation prizes, it'll make people who need a ladder happy, but also just be like glorified longer versions of glorified longer versions of the win event. And for reference here, for these numbers to help you make sense of them, you can technically progress on the second highest tier here with like a 35% win rate. And to progress on the highest tier, you could progress with a 40% win rate. Winning 2 matches out of 5 at the highest tier here gets you 20 points and loses you 18. So like, obviously, the more you're winning, the faster it's going to go. But the way that this is structured is easily, and most of it, only the Masters League at this top part gives any penalty for losses at all. Down here, their Quick, Pokey, Great, and Ultra are just +10 for participation. Like it is easily the easiest, most forgiving, non-competitive climb of any ladder system I've ever seen in a game. So the devil is really in those details. It's okay, how is this actually, like, we know it's coming now, but like how much is it actually going to be structured? Yeah, that's Pokemon TCG Live, their other client. Yes, you also get a 30% bonus for consecutive wins. So if you put your wins and losses in the right order, you could technically climb with even lower win rates than 35 and 40%. Well, have the Magneton at least. Oh, they put the helmet on the Charizard. Interesting. That's kind of the standard in shooter games as well. In Marvel Rivals, you can climb with a 40% win rate as well. Wow. I felt good about myself getting to gold in Marvel Rivals one season. And now you're telling me I was able to ladder up despite being trash? You've shattered my entire worldview. This is why these games are participation ladders, chat, because they let people feel good about themselves. What 100%. I want to make it clear that the ladder systems being designed to make people feel good about themselves is good and fine, and games should make people feel happy. And if that's the thing that sparks joy for you, like, let it spark joy for you. I just hate the very common pushed mentality that ladder systems are structured in a way to make them a competitive outlet, when in reality, they're a system that's structured in a way to let you feel good. I wholly and fully endorse and support let your games allow people to feel good. There's nothing wrong with that. Just like, at the same time, let's call a spade and acknowledge why it feels good. Don't sell me something it's not. Ooh, do they not have the Charizard? Go to the Charizard. That's so good for us. Alright, we cook this and we hope they brick on Charizard again, I suppose. I'd be a bit surprised if the ranks we got on Pocket was different than the TCG Live list. Yeah, I would wager that's probably accurate. For sure, in a very similar way. Communicating with the Charizard, does it answer the call? Alright, so we're technically speaking not dead yet here. We get to put Magnemite up, we get to tank a hit for a turn, and then Zappy Bird can have the massive high roll. Play this out to play around Sabrina. Worth calling out that if Cyrus was Sabrina here, we'd only need 3 heads and we'd be 5/16 to win instead of 5/16 to win instead of what's it called? 16. All right, Zapdos. I think we're due, bird. I think we're due. All right, fire it up. Let her rip. Rip. Grog rip, yep. Alright, I guess I have to do some chomping, gamers. Second viewer pile is Garchomp-Aerodactyl. Hi. With the decks I enjoy, and gamers, I opened a 2-star Chomp this morning in my free pack. Danny Chomperson in here. Only one, I know. He'll have to be my next 2-star draft eventually. So maybe there's one in Wonder picks, chat. Maybe there's one in Wonder picks. Oh, there's event picks rewarded for checking. Edge. Never a promo mana fee. Right to the Chomp-mobile. Deck is guaranteed to start with the Gibble. We're actually only playing one copy of Pokeball in this deck because we only have one other basic. Ember here for the bench. Hold on to Baby Gibble here so that way we can go fishing for Teenage Dragon next turn with the communication. Communication, their mana feed deck's interesting. Oh, they broke down a second basic. It's good for us. I would rather throw back the other big Chomp than the other baby Chomp. But for any stage 1 here, not the ideal one, but it'll do in a pinch. I think I still gnaw here because if we find Teenage Chomp next turn, and we can finish the mana fee for 30. Thoughts on the new promo arts versus the old one? It's weird to me they keep giving us promos for cards that we have full art versions of. You know, like, I feel like the people making decisions around which cards get which bits of art are making strange ones. I'm actually not going to put the second energy on this because if they put up a Glaceon and clear this, I want to be able to attack with Aerodactyl next turn. And the Garchomp can attack for 1, so this gives me the most flexibility here. Gamers. Gamers! They forgot about the law! They forgot about the law! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Stop breaking the law, Eevee! Gotta obey the law. Gotta obey the law. Hey, look, it's the thing we played around when I put the energy on the Aerodactyl. Daddy's home. I have to teach you a lesson for trying to break the law. Oh, I guess I should have played the other Gibble out. Whatever, it probably doesn't matter. Whew, I'm glad this is the card game and not VGC chat. Otherwise, this Glaceon would be very good against my Garchomp. All right, 150. 150 is a pretty good number for them here because it means that... what's the math on this? It means that an Irida lets them There are 2 Pokeballs in here? There shouldn't be 2 Pokeballs. We'll fix that. It means Irida lets them survive Claw plus Land Crush. So I think I'm actually pivoting here. Because if they want to drag this one up and clear it, they won't be able to Irida, and the Aerodactyl will finish them. I autopiloted putting this together and put the second Pokeball in it. Hey, look, it's Irida we played around. I think the play here is energy on Chomp, hit them for 80, and then we clean them out with the Cyrus. Yeah. Let's fix the deck list, eh? Holding things from memory. Extra potion? I feel like I lean extra potion. Sustain so Mr. Chomp can live all the time. First, Teenage Dragon. is scary, but Old Amber's potentially a good drop. We find Aerodactyl, and then Starmie can't run us down. Yeah, this Aerodactyl Garchomp list has actually had a few reasonable tournament finishes for super solid core. Stribling, thank you for the 25 bunts. Appreciate the prime. What's our best possible next turn? Professor's research into both of our stage ones. Obviously what's gonna happen. Oh, there's Staryu Manaphy. Interesting. Might be cooked. Might be cooked. I don't have either of my stage ones, chat. Maybe they're missing their stage one. Narrator, they were never missing their stage one. This is so unfair. I'm missing both of mine. Alas, I think even if we hit the arrow, we're probably fried from here because they're assuredly an Aerodactyl. Peace. I'm out. Dip, dip, potato chip. Raymond has bested us. It's like Kogaing your own thing, right? Bounce on out. Yeah, we've got Gibble to start. Lucky. Staryu. Prepare yourself, Staryu. Prepare yourself, Staryu. Does Staryu look like a lawbreaker to anybody else? Like a lawbreaker to me. Get all of our big scary things with claws. This deck is basically mono dinosaurs, huh? Sabrina! Period. Yeah, we have land dinosaurs and sea dinosaurs. Yeah. Optimal to draw first. Big dino. Medium dino. Full potion. Play around the red card. Move, Yugi boy. This is all we got. Look at that smile. Exactly what it's doing to that starfish. Good night. Caw, the law! Caw, the law! First, NRG advantage. Gibble on 1, lucky. I wonder if we're supposed to be playing the fighting type Gibble. Obviously, Pikachu's not a matchup that's real, but called is. Arceus is weak to fighting as well. I think I'm gonna trade 20 for 20 here. They would need full bench plus Geo to clear this next turn, and then this lets Bite clear with weakness. If I'd have been fighting Gibble, we'd have won here, yeah. Knocked them out, I suppose. We'd still play a game. Not in the KO. Which one do you play? Depends if the grass decks stay on. Yeah, take. Classic spend Giovanni to double your damage. It's just good value, gamers. And baby Gibble out. Air attack to finish here, and then we're ready to run him down with the Dragon Claw. Big and deep here. Real question is, are they some kind of Lieutenant Surge Brew, or is there an Arceus Raichu? Arceus Raichu it is. Well, this does no damage because that's so funny. All right, so this is 50% to get Teenage Chomp, one other Aerodactyl, and then Teenage Chomp in my deck. Nice, good stuff. This is the best Garchomp deck you play. By the numbers, this build has the most tournament results. It's worth noting, overall, it doesn't have a super impressive or insane metrics, but it's definitely the best performing Garchomp list. Have Sabrina game. Sure, putting it to full. I guess 130 also. Make Arceus' fingers here. Weak things are done. Crunch. Playing Circle Circuit Pikachu in your Arceus, probably a mistake. All right, we need to take a brief pause for the cause and let some adverts roll. I'm gonna run upstairs and grab a caffeine because I'm dragging a little bit this afternoon. When we return, we're gonna chomp some more. First, thanks everybody for hanging out. Anywhere. Here be subs. Herpsy, thank you for the 4.5 years more. Welcome back. If 5 wins immediately with the Blastoise Palkia deck you featured. Yeah, that would actually put up a 5-2 finish in the Hooglandia tournament this past weekend. That deck's super solid. Give me some Blastoise for sure. How long are we streaming Pocket for today? On the split days like this, I'm planning to do about 3-ish hours of each game. Unless numbers are exceptional for some reason. Ooh, a boosty. Let's open a second 2-star Garchomp, huh? Later this week, though, I'm going to do a couple of... I think we're doing all Snap on Wednesday and then all Pocket on Thursday. I'm still newish to this, trying to split the stream time between 2 games, so I need to figure out exactly what gives the best mix of metrics. 3 and 3, or maybe alternating back and forth between the days. We'll see. Ooh. Well, that's not the 2-star I was looking for, but we'll take it. Two 2-stars in free packs today. Okay. I have matching on those now. That's fun. I think the 2-2-stars today put me back to average on 2-star expansion. I was running a little below average. Hey, Candor, thanks for up in the Prime. Appreciate the 2 months. Welcome back. Metal Magnemite. Ding. For a fossil and a teenage dragon. All right, well, all things considered, every non-Gabite Pokemon we draw makes this more likely. So we're 66% for this to get Gabite here. There's 2 Gabites and 1 Aerodactyl in my deck right now. Crunch. All right, and then, or are they switching to Skarmory? Or... So the game plan now is we do this here. I think I'm playing this Gibble out so we could work towards second Chomp. We'll put a linear attack into the back here. Then Cyrus plus the claw lets us finish it next turn. We don't draw Fossil. I might communicate the Aerodactyl looking for the second Gabite here. Oh. Hey, Doombuggy, congrats on clearing Infinite. Hitting goals is always fun. Alright, so I go to 70. I clear this. I go to 20. I clear this. Gibble hopefully gets to Garchomp, clear this. So I'm 2 turns off of needing this anyways, right? So I should I wait to take a draw? Oh, actually, I don't even need to use the Cyrus, right? Because they didn't evolve. If I just poke this now? I think I just linear attack this now, and then I put an energy on here, and then this is ready to go sooner. I think I flipped the coin this turn on this. There's 1 Aerodactyl, 1 Gabite in my deck. It's so tough. I think I was supposed to try and get to it to work around to Sabrina a little bit. Hold on. It's an unfortunate miss because now we're down to 1 and 9 because that's my last communication. Hopefully we hit Gabite or a Fossil. Oh, that just cleans us, yeah. Oh, I forgot to attach my energy. Crap. I think we're dead. I think we're dead anyways, but this is the energy attachment. Still. I'm not dead on board if I do this. I don't attack this. These decks usually don't play X speed. They don't have space for it. And if they switch in and hit me with the Skarmory, I evolve and then I'm not dead to this. And then Garchomp goes point point. We're actually winning on board. We're actually winning on board right now because we hit the Gabite at the last possible second. Because now I linear attack this. We're dead to a Giovanni. We're dead to a Giovanni, but the fact that we navigated to this spot is really sweet. Yes! The flexibility of linear attack was so impressive this game. Holy. Really, the tempo Cyruses were insane too. Agree. Yeah, Cyrus really getting to punish their lack of X speed in their configuration. Are you taking viewer decks? I don't think I'm gonna have time to do another viewer deck today, Ben. I would take another one for tomorrow morning though. And if he Blastoise, scary. Scary. This is hanging out as communication fodder. Two shots, 40% on each of these. 5 Pokemon in my deck, 2 are good. I take both shots, I think. Worst possible outcome. Because even if I would have wheeled into the other Aerodactyl again, I could have put it on my bench. I think you could make the argument that maybe it was greedy to not just evolve this. Do you not have the full art Gibble? So it's a question of, is it better to have Dragon with no weakness or Fighting type advantage with Grass weakness? I think there's enough Carnivines in the metagame that I don't want my Gibble to die in 1 to a Carnivine. That's definitely up for debate. With them having Origin Form Palkia here, missing the Gabite last turn probably means we're cooked. Steer. The comment about only playing 1 Aerodactyl is interesting, for the sake of making your communications hit when you want them to hit more. Because you're right, you don't need it till late a lot of the time. Although, it is kind of important to have early in, like, the Starmie matchups. Yeah, it's one less thing to with. I think 8's probably the floor on Pokemon in communication. Full Art Gibble is the fighting Gibble. Gibble in the opener. Lucky. Yes, Dragon Gibble does not get knocked out in one hit by a Carnivine. The notable difference between it and Fighting Gibble. You lose your weakness advantage over things like Arceus, which is not irrelevant, but you remove one of your kind of instant lose conditions by... Speaking of instant lose conditions, Kangaskhan, Monka. Oh, good. Not all heroes wear capes, but this Gibble certainly does. Why do we care about gameplay when one Gibble is shiny and one is not? I think true. If they have Magnezone Leaf on curve here, our Gabite gets cooked, which is unfortunate. Bilbo, thank you for the 19 months. Welcome back. Hey, Jeff, what do you like to pair with the new Raichu? I actually really like Farfetch'd and Arceus. And Sky Shaman, I think we played. There'll be a Raichu Arceus highlight up tomorrow morning, actually. Our deck. Side. Sometimes they have their 4-card combo on the play. No, it's one of those spots where first evolution advantage was the decider. We'd have gone first, we'd have gotten to Chomp first. There's actually a lot of matchups where this deck prefers to have first evolution advantage and get to your Chomp ASAP and linear attack out the gate. You're never playing your second Gibble out to the bench in this deck. Unless you have your entire Garchomp line lined up already, because we're a 2-communication deck. Want to be able to play catch and release and toss this back. Our pretty daddy Chomp. For Teenage Chomp. Teenage Chomp and a fossil? Oh me, oh my, but still my heart. Yeah, I was gonna put a cape on it. Am I supposed to play the other Gibble out now, just in case they have Sabrina? I don't think so, because they could be a Luxray deck, in which case having a basic on my bench liability. Sabrina me. And holding the Gibble could be good to communication into an Aerodactyl down the line as well. Flash means I have to flip a coin to attack, except giant asterisk here that evolving clears status conditions for us. I suppose if we... With the other Garchomp in hand, more incentivized to play the other Gibble out. Age Dragon to go all the way up the line again. Yep, and there's the Shinx, so they are a Luxray deck. And then I think we actually put our energy on the Aerodactyl here because linear attack is enough to clear this. I want the flexibility to be able to pivot into Aerodactyl, I think. Jazzy Diamond, thank you for the 26 months. Welcome back. Yeah, they're just chewed up at this point. Oh, you normally prefer the 2 stars over the rainbow. Is there any card where you prefer the rainbow? I don't know. The 2 stars all consistently look good. There's some of the rainbows that look fine. I will say I'll play any matching pairs I have. In particular. Oh, I do like the Mismagius Rainbow. Yeah. That's the answer. I like the Mismagius Rainbow a lot. I also have matching Mismagius Rainbows. I think I have matching 2 stars for that one too. I forget. But even regardless, Mismagius. I like the Hat Lady. Hat Lady Rainbow is lovely. All right, this is nice. We've got the Amber with this. We're missing Dirtbag Dragon, but we have an extra Aerodactyl. So if we find a communication is 50% to find the teenager. Yes, this is guaranteed Gibble.deck. We have Aerodactyl as our second Pokemon line, and then we're just all in on making sure we get to Chomp as soon as possible. This build, this is actually, it's funny, this is a build we theory crafted on the first day of the expansion, and then it's incidentally the build of Garchomp that's put up the most tournament results so far. And it's obviously not breaking the format by any means, but it's pretty reasonably competitive. Gets to this card very consistently, and then this card gives you a wide breadth of options, especially in tandem with our 2 copies of 2 copies of what's it called, Cyrus? This game's off to a little bit of a rocky start, but Aerodactyl might be able to pull through for us. We go Energy Evolve. Let's assume we miss Gabite. We go Energy Evolve, and then next turn they hit us, and then we go Energy, come in, crack you for 80, and then we take 20 down to 120, and then they hit us, and then we can clear them on the backswing with a potion, making sure we don't die to... Oh, I guess we'll still die to this. That's fine. This doesn't have any energy. The way things are lining up currently, I like our position, but definitely possible that we could brick on Gabite for forever in trouble. I think we're actually supposed... That gives us some options. think I'm supposed to potion the Gibble. So, like, I guess it still dies to Cyrus next turn, right? Because they would pull it up. If I cape it, they can't Cyrus it and attack Aerodactyl for 80. So yes, I'm gonna cape this, so that way, if they want to clear this with Cyrus, it takes their whole turn, and then my Aerodactyl finishes, and then they're on no energy. Yeah. Thinking about the permutations back and forth here. Oh, do they have double potion? Because it's not double potion gamer. It doesn't matter. Okay. Meaningless potion, meaningless geo. Think about your breakpoints before you play your cards, gamers. On Dirtbag Dragon. On Dirtbag Dragon. This gets nothing. Sad. Energy here. I think we burned both the potions here, yeah? Oh, wait. I don't have my other Gibble yet. I forgot. This is my first Gibble. Okay, so I don't think I'm playing that, or am I? Maybe I am. Playing both of these means I don't die to the damage from this next turn. I think I actually want to evolve this one so it's healthier once Cyrus is a threat. So I'm going to chill on this for now. This takes the knockout. I go to 30. We're not out of the woods yet. We do still need to draw Frogabite. Wait, what? Excuse me? That's gotta be wrong. Okay, well now I'm gonna play out this other one, yeah? Oh, do they have Leaf Weavile? I bet they have Leaf Weavile. No, they do not. Okay. If they had Leaf Weavile, we could have been in trouble there. Alright, otherwise Aerodactyl with the carry alongside the potions was a good game. Even if they made 2 stars tradable, we wouldn't have enough 2 stars to trade anyways. Listen, gamers, making 2 stars tradable isn't useful for most normal people, but as is obvious if you watch this stream long enough, I'm clearly not normal. Just to like show off here for a second. 2 stars sort by duplicates. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2 stars that I have extra copies of, and I flared 2 Blastoise and I flared 2 Starmie. I flared 2 Moltres too, actually. I've had 5 of these. I have my Aerodactyls are flared. One of my monkeys is flared. One of my Glaceons is flared. So just so we're clear, people like me exist. I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually let us trade 2 stars when the sets are a lot older. But I bet there will be a longer than most recent set delay where they'll eventually let us trade 2 stars, or maybe they'll do like a special event day where you can trade 1 or 2 on that day every so many months or so. My conspiracy theory is that promo cards will be tradable after the first year's up. I actually think one of the biggest misses in this game currently is the fact that there are cards in the game that people starting today literally just can't open. I was really disappointed when things like the promo Mankey is the best example. That showed up in the New Dex roundup today. It put up a result in one of the tournaments, and people just literally can't get that card even if they want to spend money on it. They need to either make the promos tradable or put mechanically the same versions of them in normal sets. Really, really lame that they haven't. They can put them up for shop tickets too. Sure, that would be fine. Just like something, right? They shouldn't just disappear. This is 40% to find a teenage dragon. Baby dragon. I'm gonna spin again here, I think. FOMO is game design. I think FOMO... What's the best way to say it? I don't even think it's accurate to describe it as FOMO when you don't let people spend money. I really think it's just bad system design when you won't even let people spend to like overcome the thing that they weren't playing during it. It doesn't even really feel money related. It just feels like, oh, this is a clear oversight. You spend money on the currency to play more in the event, but you can't get the old event promo side. If you start playing today, you can't get the promo Mankey. It's locked away in the Disney vaults. The Mankey and the Jigglypuff are both playable cards. Although, I guess in a post-Arceus world, playable goes after Jigglypuff. Another one of the 800 cards Arceus power crept out of this metagame. Jeff Hoagland viewers also watch Atrix. Yeah, people always comment when that comes up. I think it's just a testament to the fact that a lot of his viewers hate watch my content. And for people who are newer Hoaglandians, I'm gonna take a mulligan here. For people who are newer Hoaglandians that aren't familiar with Atrix, Atrix is an Italian streamer who was forced to change his username in Marvel Snap at one point because he used the N-word with a 1 as part of his username. Just to set the vibe of what his content is like. The real elusive, thank you for the brand new tier 1 support. I appreciate that. Real scum of the earth type person. A lot of homophobic and ableist slurs and others used very regularly in his content, past racial ones as well. It's always the stage ones, it feels like, that don't want to show up. Probably just big negativity bias energy, but feels like. Ooh, Giratina Fire Energy. My Teenage Dragon, speaking of. Probably Infernape stuff from the opponent here. First evolution advantage should be good for us here. We'll get to Garchomp, linear attack, and then hopefully find a Cyrus to drag the monkey up. And notably, Garchomp's got a nice beefy behind at 170, so it survives a monkey hit. We have 2 full art traders and 3 packs. Nice. Checking Wonder Picks, looking for 2 stars. Giratina here. 3 retreat costs. There's the Cyrus. Lovely. They are missing their monkey here on the opener. With commenting on. This is definitely gonna have to be my... Oh, they're not a monkey deck. Interesting. Are they just like Arceus Dawn stuff? So this is a curious inclusion in a non-monkey build. Let's get linear. I want to get linear. Let's get into linear. Get him, Chomp Gamers. Oh, I love when you drag it to the side. The foiling animation across the face is so good. I love how the artwork. This is the reason why I love the 2 stars more than the rainbows. A lot of times, I love how the artwork, the shine moves as you move them around. So it looks so good on basically every single one of them. All right, so this thing needs 5 attacks at this. This thing needs 5 attacks to clear the Chomp. What if I just, like, linear attack down everything in the back in the meantime in between time? I think I actually linear attack this one, and then I can clear either one that they evolve next turn. And we just, like, pointedly ignore the Heatran, like, making noise in front of us. We keep the Amber in case they have Sabrina. I mean, I think if they Sabrina me, this Garchomp's, like, set to solo here, yeah? I guess they could have 2 Magnetons here. They would need 2 Magnetons. 2 Magnetons could punish me, I suppose. They are through 15 cards in their deck. We've both played 2 research. They've done 2 research and 2 Pokeballs. Heatran only gets mad when you attack it. Oh, that's fine. Oh my goodness gracious, are they retreating this Heatran? That's hilarious. Or maybe they're just putting energy on it to, like, be able to retreat later. I guess they don't really need energy on anything else, huh? So it's just, like, fine to do it there. Fun game showing the flexibility of Chumpers. Yeah, when they don't have double Magneton this turn, feels like they're kind of cooked, yeah. Because now I go Dragon Claw, I go linear attack, knock you out, linear attack, knock you out, Cyrus you up, Dragon Claw you. Well, so the reason we would have been in trouble if they double Magneton last turn, if they double Magneton last turn, they could have attacked me with a Magnezone this turn. Would have been potentially problematic. Okay, and now from this spot, we actually want to Cyrus and Dragon Claw the Giratina. So that way, if they have Dawn to attack with this next turn, Cyrus plus Aerodactyl clears the Magnemite for our last point. Like, I can only add 40 here. We take this point, and then Cyrus gets us the last one next turn, even if they have their Dawn to get us with Arceus. I would assume they're a Dawn deck, given that they're playing Magneton Arceus. Yep, there's the Dawn. Yeah, their deck idea seems neat. I don't know that Giratina seems necessary. I like the idea of Heatran, Magnezone, Arceus, Dawn. Seems like a very cohesive group of cards. Just two Heatrans, and then the zones of the Arceus seems so. Grab their friend, get our last point here. All right, gamers, we did take a quick pause for the cause and let some adverts roll, but I'm having a lot of fun playing Garchomp this afternoon. He's such a sweet, interesting card. I love having choices in my card games, and Garchomp is just like the king of choices, right? Like this split super Hitmonlee, slightly weaker Machamp really tickles my brain in all the right ways. So we'll see you in a couple of minutes, and we're gonna play some more Day Dragon when we return. Why didn't our opponent play a Shang-Chi? Asking the real questions. Shell Doom, thank you for the 2 months of Prime. The one round of a tournament we played it earlier, I played the Arceus Carnivine deck with Executor. That was in the new decks roundup this morning. We'll probably play some more of that later this week. Very reasonable and has a few tournament results. I think I was gonna stop talking myself into trying to play tournaments. The amount of slow play and downtime, like kind of medium. Blue Shell Doom, thank you for the 2 months of Prime. Welcome back. You build the previous opponent's deck. It's relatively straightforward, right? You're like, your Pokemon are 10 slots. You have your 4 auto-include trainers. Probably 2 communication, at least 1 copy of Leaf, maybe 2. You never want to lead an Arceus, so it's probably just like 2 Leaf, 2 Dawn, 2 communication. Start there. Ask yourself, do you want Cape? I was enjoying the tournament play over the random queue for a little while, but all the people constantly roping in it has been a problem in the last few, on top of random 18 trainer stuff. So I'd rather just have more freedom to leave when people are being annoying. What's the thought on 2 potion over 2 cape here? Because Garchomp has such a large HP pool, you're not really jumping any breakpoints by going from 170 to 190. You're generally speaking just like healing attacks you've already taken. And when you're all in on a single Pokemon, you want to do your best to keep that Pokemon alive for as long as possible. And so you can combine a potion and a cape to get plus 40. You can't combine 2 capes to get plus 40. So in general, unless cape is getting you past particular breakpoints for single shot attacks, potion tends to be better. This is the way to kind of think about those 2 cards versus each other. Yep, no communication, I don't think. I suppose, X speed. Oh. I suppose they could technically end the game here. If they have, if they had, like, a retreat, a Lucario, and a Giovanni, they could have cleaned us. All right, and now we're going digging here. I suppose we put the Aerodactyl back now with no fossil in case the Gible comes back out. We can. There's our Chomp. And I think we actually just linear attack them here. I think this is right. Although I suppose if they have the Lucario, they 70 into 120 me, and then I'm very cooked, yeah? I think I was kind of screwed either way here with them having both evolutions. Needed a second Pokemon line and we didn't have one, if they're gonna have all of it. That's pretty fortunate. In Saturday's tournament, my opponents were generally pleasant to talk to and played at a reasonable speed. Yeah, I think you get a wider range of people that are pleasant probably on the weekends. The daytime things have a little bit more like dedicated grinder types who tend to be a little bit more sweaty. I think is likely the case. We have it all, and we have it now. Do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Oh no. Oh no! Carnivine is very scary. Are we dead? Are we cooked? I think we're cooked, gamers. I think we're cooked. Zuzus, thanks for the membership on the YouTube side. I appreciate that. So, in general, when you're going to ask me about a line, don't ask me if the line I'm taking is a legal play. Instead, suggest to me how the line you're saying I should take turns into a game win. What does the back and forth sequence look like that your suggestion leads me from an imminent loss to an actual win? And that's something that a lot of people don't put the forethought into most of the time, is simply asking, how do I not lose the following turn, isn't the question you need to ask yourself to get better at games like this. The question you need to ask yourself is, how do I win from this position? So when you see me retreat in the game like that last one, it wasn't that I was dead the following turn. It's that there was no longer a sequence of draws in my deck that allowed me to not lose the game over the other way the game plays out. So I miss things. You're always allowed. And at this point, I don't remember the game state. We're several minutes past it. But like in particulars, if you want to offer suggestions, be like, this is the line that builds you to a win. Because in general, if I'm leaving a game, unless I'm like, I'm just bored or I'm over it or I'm taking a mulligan, there's no window for me to win from there. Like this game is a good example, right? I think we're just dead, and I can play it out to help you understand that we are in fact just dead. But I don't believe there's any longer a permutation of lines that let me not just lose this game. And I'm not dead next turn, but in 2 turns from now, like even if I draw an Aerodactyl, their Arceus is gonna crack us twice. And this active Aerodactyl is dead to a single Arceus attack, and the back one would die in 2. Maybe they have nothing. And the potion drags us across. Maybe. If they're not a Giovanni gamer and we top deck a Cyrus, maybe we get across the finish line. And that's the type of thing, right? Where I'm thinking through like, okay, it looks like we're probably dead. Is there a sequence here that gets us across the finish line? If yes, then we'll stay, and it's worth talking about. Oh, they can't Leaf and Geo us. That's true. Got two Cyrus and 11 cards. This game was also an example of why we play Dragon Gibble over non-Dragon Gibble. If we had played Fighting Gibble this game, their Carnivine would have cleared the Gibble in 1, and then my Aerodactyl would have taken a Carnivine hit, and it would have been down 50 life, which meant we wouldn't have had enough to. But we wouldn't have had enough to do that. Oh, they actually didn't need to leaf with the second Shaman, though. That's a good call. There's no guarantee they had the Giovanni, but you're right that they didn't need the leaf there because of the Shaman stack. They must not have realized that. Yeah, that game was definitely a testament to play the Dragon Gibble. Fighting Gibble is shiny, so it's the better boy. It is sad that the shiny Gibble is the worst one. Starly Water Energy, say. Berry Irida, maybe? There are currently 5 Pokemon in my deck. 2 of them are a Dirtbag Dragon. Best draw is Gabite. Second best draw is Professor's Research into Gabite. Third best draw is any non-Gabite Pokemon. 8. Great. Definitely spin the 40% wheel here. Unlucky. That might mean we're cooked if they have their evolutions on curve. Hey, Greedy Bean, thank you for the membership on the YouTube side. I appreciate the support. Yeah, Irida to heal Staraptor is interesting. It's just so many supporters, because you have to have room for Berry, too. A lot of moving parts. A shame we didn't have a fossil sooner. I think it's just a day late, right? I guess I could just plan. I could play on them bricking on their thing. I assume we're cooked if they have it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Swing and a miss, hopefully. I'm playing Eggs Arceus since I saw it in your video this morning. It's easily been my favorite deck of the season. Yeah, I think from a pure deck building standpoint, that one's super appealing. Which sets are not currently tradable? Just Triumphant Light is not tradable. A lot of birds. Do you have a big bird? No, big bird is so good for us. Holy. No, big bird means we're done with this Cyrus, yeah? We have a daddy dragon. To Papa. Fair is fair, chat. They missed on their communication, but we missed on our communication on turn 1 as well. Whenever it was. Your thoughts on Ditto in the format with the amount of Arceus? That sounds terrible. I think we crack this. The way we lose this is Staraptor, I think. So let's play around that. They would need Staraptor plus Berry to clear the Chomp this turn. No. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! They only had 1 card in hand, gamers! Labui, thank you for the prime. Cooked. Fully and fully cooked. Got it. Tried. Kingberry. No damage on any of the bench Pokemon, so Cyrus not gonna be enough to get us there. Top deck hero. Do 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 do. Berry buried your Chomp. Little box in the ground, gamers, and a little box in the ground. It's always the Teenage Dragon, chat. I'm always looking down at my hand and being like, well, hope I draw a Teenage Dragon here. For 40% on this communication, Gibble, Garchomp-Aerodactyl, 2 Teenage Dragons, 5 in our deck. Midwest Alex! Happy National Ranch Day to a fellow Midwesterner. Thank you for the tier 1. So our best draw is Gabite, our second best draw is Research into Gabite, our third best draw is any non-Gabite Pokemon to make this communication slightly more consistent. Oh man. And I don't have Cape, so I can't play Old Amber out here because it'll get speared by the Buzz. And I hit my 40%er for once in my life. We can. Okay, that's big game. That's big game. Sharp Scythe. Oh, you were the Air to Berry deck. Gee, good luck in the rest of your games today. Like a sweet build. A Joltik on the bench, you say? If there's one thing being a father has taught me, chat, it's that frequently your job is to just squash bugs upon request, so... I think that's what Daddy Chomp's gonna have to do here. Time to send Joltik to live on a farm upstate. Alright, what do you got for me? Nothing? They can never beat the Daddy Chomp gamers. Never, ever. First energy advantage. Okay for us. We have a Teenage Dragon to start? Like Christmas. Like Christmas, chat. Today's one of those days that makes me think about and chuckle that someone unironically left me a comment telling me that Ranked wasn't gonna change the type of decks I play against in Pokemon Pocket because the random queue is already all competitive decks. And that's very chuckle-inducing because we've been playing Pokemon Pocket, you know, for like 3 hours or so today, and Dragonite's the most common deck we've queued into, I think, if we go back over the course of those 3 hours. Nice hand. We should snap food. Assert our dominance as the superior dragon Pokemon here this game. One Snoot Boop for the dragon in the back, please. I mean, the performance metrics imply that 18 Trainer Articuno and 18 Trainer Palkia are still strong decks. They converted from their... They increased meta share between their starting percentage and the top performing decks. By the numbers, I would say the 18 Trainer decks are good, yes. Alright, if their Dragonite drops a full Draco on Daddy Chomp, you can lose this game. But outside of a full Draco on Daddy Chomp, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. Oh, and they don't have the X speed. No X speed here means Cyrus clears their dragon next turn, and then we're completely done. It's really so awesome having your finisher also just be this Hitmonlee flexible card. It gets you out of so many spots like this. Yeah. Gamer. All right, gamers, it's 3 o'clock. I am going to go ahead and call it an afternoon. For those that are new here, you'll find me here every day from about 9 a.m. Central until about 3 p.m. Central here in the afternoon, or a little bit later sometimes than that, but I try to keep it pretty typical normal work day. I'm going to be splitting my days between Snap and Pocket most days. You'll find me on Twitch live for all of that. During the Pocket stuff, we'll be on Hoaglandia Pocket on the YouTube side. During the Snap stuff, we'll be on the Jeff Hoagland channel over there. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Monday wherever you're at. We'll be starting with Pokemon Pocket first thing tomorrow morning, and then I'll be playing Snap in the afternoon, because after the rollover, we have a new card release tomorrow. Peace, folks. Enjoy the rest of your evening wherever you're at. Oh yeah, before I go, if you want more Pocket stuff, there was a meta report yesterday on the YouTube channel and a new Dex roundup this morning. So check those out if you haven't.